Hello and welcome to Worlds Apart Words Together, where best friends share laughter, stories, and an unbreakable bond.
Hello.
Yes, it is the beginning of holiday season. It is the end of November.
Is which means the season of jolly is coming around.
Yeah, we have, I guess in the US, we have Thanksgiving, and then basically 3 weeks later, it's Christmas. So it's basically 6 weeks of holidays now.
Yeah, an
Exciting.
exciting time, an expensive time for sure.
It is an expensive time.
Yeah, but
It's
it'll
okay, but if
be.
you're broke like me, it's okay. Don't matter.
It don't matter if you're broke. You're broke. Can just add to the brokenness.
No, no. I feel less desire to buy stuff.
Kind of to start off this holiday period is always a very well-known concept that really started out in the US and over the years has found its way to other countries, including the Netherlands. And it's the concept of Black Friday. I have to say, Black Friday used to be, the day after Thanksgiving, and everybody would line up for the stores and they would open at like 6 a.m. or 8 a.m., whatever insane time, and people would storm in to get the best deals. Now, Black Friday here started last week.
Yep. Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
It's a week
So,
long now.
yeah, you have Black Friday week deals and it just spans over multiple days. So I feel like it kind of lost its uniqueness.
Yeah, I would say that, but I also think that whole like online shopping also kind of was the start of that because like the whole concept of Black Friday was like you go to stores and there's these deals and it's like hustle and bustle and grab all this stuff and then online shopping came around and it was more of like I got to get this deal and I got to check out at this time and I need to be on my computer all day long for the
Yeah.
countdowns and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then they extended it to even like all week now. And I just think the
Yeah.
concept's evolved. I think the idea of everyone gearing up for Black Friday is still a thing. I think it's just in a different way.
Oh. That was Michael. He wanted to make himself known. But yes, I agree. And I do think that people spend more money now on Black Friday deals because they're like, you have such a variety of different online shops that you can shop at. Whereas when you went to like a Macy's on Black Friday, you only went to Macy's. You have a shit ton of stuff that you can buy there, but now you go to this website and this website and this website. So you have all these different websites. So I feel like maybe people do spend more money now than they used to on Black Friday, but I don't know the data, so I'm not sure.
I think it's definitely more potentially overwhelming due to the nature of you want to see this in store and you want to do this online and you want to hit like six
Yeah.
stores. I think it's instead of just saying I'm going to go to the mall and the mall has multiple stores and those are the only stores that you can really go to, like that was a much simpler Black Friday experience than
Yeah.
now you go to this mall and go to this outlet mall and then you gotta go to all these online sites and I don't know, I just think it's a little bit more overwhelming.
Yeah. I agree. But regardless, Black Friday is coming up. It's this Friday, and the deals have already started. And I feel like over the years, there has been this some sort of pressure of like Black Friday's here, so if you need something, buy it now. That is my idea too. It's like, okay, well, I need some Christmas gifts. Let's see if they're on sale on Black Friday.
Yeah,
So why would I buy them 2 weeks later when they're not on sale anymore and I could just buy them now?
yeah, for sure. I do think that as we kind of mentioned, a little bit earlier in our introduction, that Black Friday comes with a societal and traditional pressure because Black Friday's become a tradition, but also you have all of these advertisements and marketing kind of like society pressure to participate in Black Friday shopping. And I think there's also that kind of pressure to overspend because, you know, either it's internal or external pressure, but it's like if I don't get this now, like the sale's going to be over, or I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever's going through people's head. So
Yeah.
I do think it is quite a high kind of peer pressure, society pressure, tradition pressure, whatever you want to call it, that is like stigmatizing this kind of economic holiday, I guess, if you want to call it that. And not to mention, it's just not the pressure of participating, but you got overwhelming stress, anxiety, pressure, etc. That spend countless hours in stores and crowds standing in line or online in front of the computer.
Yeah. No, I agree. So I think with that in mind, we kind of want to help you today, I guess. Give you some tips to approach Black Friday with a little bit of confidence, a little bit of balance, and a peace of mind. For that, we're going to give you some practical tips. We're going to give more of a difference kind of between online and in store shopping and what to look out for and what to expect, and some more. So, I guess we'll start with some practical tips to maybe not overspend as much. So, what you can do is create a shopping plan. Let's say you have Christmas gifts you want to buy, like me. It is smart to maybe think, and this is something I need to do too, of like, what do I want to buy for who, and where can I best go to find this product? If you can buy it on sale, totally do it. But if not, just wait until Black Friday is over and then buy it. My dad gave me a good tip too. He said you have to look out for those companies and prices where people say it was 700 and now it's 650, while the original price might have been 650.
Amazon is a great example of that. They
Is
do it
it?
all the time. Yes, they are notoriously bad for it.
Okay, well, there you go. So that is a good,
I'm sure a lot of online places do it, but there was a thing that came out
yeah,
about Amazon, and they, especially like the what's it called, like the Prime Day, they're notoriously bad for doing that.
yeah. I mean, it's a really good marketing tip because it's like if you say a product was 999 and now all of a sudden it's 500 bucks, you're like, oh my God, what a great deal. But when you realistically look at it, it might have been a $500 product to begin with.
Yeah,
So I guess be mindful of those things too. Compare prices. Don't just fall for the first thing that you see. So do your research a little bit.
yeah. And then another practical tip is to budget, and budgets come in handy. I know there's like a negative stigma around budgeting, but budgeting should not be restricting. In fact, the budget that you create is what is allowing you to indulge in these sales. So think of it in a more positive way. It should be empowering, or you should feel empowered to stick to your budget, and you should feel confident to opt out of purchasing certain items if they do not align with your finances. And this is really big, especially because of those more popular impulse buys and those marketing strategies that kind of get you just to put things in your cart. And we'll get to a little bit later some tips and trick tips and tricks to
There you go. Good job.
avoid that kind of impulse buying. However, just know that there's other sales that happen year round. You have semi-annual sales, you have other kinds of sales that happen throughout the year that things get marked down just as cheap, if not cheaper. So
Yeah.
it's not like Black Friday is the only, or Black Friday week is the only week that you can buy things. So again, stick to that budget, feel empowered to stick to that budget.
Yeah. And if it is a product that you might need or want but don't need it at this moment, I would definitely wait for another sale to come around because those are usually more beneficial. Like they have better deals oftentimes than the Black Friday ones. Like Black Friday used to be known for their amazing deals, but now it's like some places like, oh yeah, get 5% off. And it's like, well, you call it a Black Friday deal, but it's really not.
Yeah.
But then to kind of go into the difference of online and in-store shopping and how to kind of build a strategy for both of them. For online shopping, as I mentioned, it's good to do your research. You can use price comparison tools. They have lots of them. If you give it a little Google search, it'll find some tools that you can use. This can find or this can help you to find the best deal. So if you have a product that you want to buy, let's say you want to buy a new pair of shoes online, and you can look to see where they offer the best deals and take also advantage of free shipping options if needed or if available. A good example, the other day, Michael and I bought a Christmas gift for my mom, and on this one website, it was cheaper to buy it including the shipping fee than to buy it somewhere else with a free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So we still saved money buying it, including the shipping fee, whereas buying it where you had some free shipping. So that is something to also look out for. Some places market with that, some don't. So just again, be mindful, be smart about it.
Yeah. And then in store, avoid peak crowd times by going to the stores more in the early morning or later evenings, and kind of just go in to your shopping experience knowing that it's going to be crowded and people are going to be on edge and people are going to have no patience because of whatever is going on and whatever their experiences has been thus far in that day. So it's critical for you to have patience and a calm mindset during your outing experience.
Yeah, I do think, now it doesn't matter as much if you go on different times. Back in the day when it was literally only Black Friday, it mattered because if you came 2 hours late, like the whole store was just empty. But now they have sales going on all week, so choose wisely onto when to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Then we kind of already mentioned this, but impulse buying can be your enemy during Black
Can
Friday.
they? I think it's like it is your enemy during Black Friday.
Yeah, no, it totally is because you see all these deals and you see all these things that you might want. But one tip, don't be distracted by marketing. As I mentioned, there could be very misleading sales and they could put you on the wrong path. So make informed decisions. Do your research. Kind of know what the product's original price is before just jumping on a deal. A second tip, avoid items that aren't on the shopping list or that don't fit the budget, as Leah said. And I think Leah can have some good advice on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I do pretty well, but I do think it's very important that, like we mentioned before, like I said before, there's a lot of sales throughout the year. So if it's something that's not crucial to whether it's presents that you're getting or something for your house that you need, maybe you're doing renovations or whatever, if it's not critical to that time and you can delay buying it, say till February or another holiday sale or June and July when we have semi-annual sales, that will be more advantageous for your budget and for your financial security.
Especially because the holiday season is already an expensive time as it is. People are traveling, you're spending more money on gifts, you're spending more money on food. So wherever you can save on impulse shopping, it's recommended.
And a great way to do this is if you see something that you really want and you're like, I really wish I could have that, but I don't have the money to spend it, create a wish list.
Yeah.
If it's something that doesn't fit into your current financial plan and your current budget, just pop it on the wish list for when
Yeah.
that next sale comes around. And you can have
Yeah.
an ongoing wish list.
Or some people, like if you're spending Christmas with your family and they ask you what you want for Christmas and you have something in your wish list from last year, from earlier this year, don't be afraid to tell them. I mean, like, this is something that I would want.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's up to them, of course, if they would want to buy it for you. I think that wish list is a very, very good choice.
Yeah, and it's not always something that you may even necessarily want because 6 months down the road you may not even think about that anymore.
Yeah.
You may not have a need for it anymore, so it could save you a lot of stress, financial anxiety, whatever.
Yeah.
Just that simple little, I can't get it now, maybe later, and maybe that later does come, or maybe that later is like, what was I thinking?
Yeah. I mean, this is something I see a lot with some of my clients. Like, they just love impulse buying. Like, they see this one thing and they're like, oh my God, I need to have it. And then they buy it. And then it's like, what are you using it for? And they're like, I don't know.
Yeah,
And creates a very good feeling, that
it does.
buying.
Yeah,
And
it's like
we
the
all love it.
instant gratification, satisfaction,
Yeah.
whatever.
But down the road, down the line, do we really use the things that we buy all the time? Probably not.
I have the problem of I love to give gifts. It's just my thing. I don't know why, but I love to
Gift
go to the
giving.
store and I will be like, okay, like I kind of have an idea, or maybe I don't have any idea of what I want to give this person as a gift, and I'll just go up and down every aisle until I see something that's like speaks to me, like that is that person.
Yeah.
So normally what I do is I make a list of every person I want to buy a gift for, right? And that varies year to year depending upon where I'm spending the holiday, etc.
Part of.
Who's in my life in that year, etc. And then I put a cap of money, a dollar cap on a present of what I'm willing to pay for a present for that person. And then that way, and I can wander up and down the store, and if I see something like to me that speaks that that is them, and if it falls in that price range, and I'm like, okay, we can get that. But if it doesn't, and if it's a couple of dollars out, normally I will, but I'll budge because it's like an estimate. But if it's like 10, 20, 30, 50, 100, $200, I'm like, nah, not,
No.
sorry. We'll keep searching. There will be
Yeah.
another materialistic item I can get you. Don't worry.
That is also a very good method. And I think all people have their own
Yeah,
ways
for
of doing
sure.
things. For my family, I'm like, I have a couple of things that I know I want to get them, or they have told me explicitly they want. And I'm like, okay, I'll buy that for you, but I'm also going to buy something extra, just a little small little thing.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't like asking people what they want for Christmas.
I do because I'm like, in a way, I do because it makes it easy buying gifts and it makes it in a way that they get something they want.
Yeah,
But that is also why I like getting extra gifts because I also like the factor of surprise.
yeah, I don't know. I got some weird, we won't get into it now. I just got some weird rules
Yeah.
around my gift giving and the expectation of like what I get and why I get it. I don't know. Well, that's a story for a different
That's a
day.
different
My
conversation to
rules
have.
for my rules for shopping. Nonetheless, our recommendation is set some sort of list and set some sort of dollar budget cap, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
whatever is framed in your mind correctly, but set some side of boundaries.
Especially if you want to save some money. If you are not really
If
trying to
you're
save
loaded
money,
and they're going, who cares?
yeah, like that's fine. You do whatever. But if you're trying to save some money here and there, like that is a really great way to
If
do
you're
it.
a normal human struggling in this world with money or have to be conscious of it,
Yeah.
you know, there's the things we can do. So I guess moving on to more, how do I want to say this? Maintaining your mental health during this time of the
There we
season.
go.
The holidays always, despite what Hallmark, which I love Hallmark and Netflix and all the fun Christmas movies, despite what they tell you, it's not normally as cheerful as they make it out to be. Normally, this time of the year comes with high anxiety, high stress, little patience, short line. And so, we're going to give you some tips and tricks on just how to maintain your sanity over this period of time, especially this week. So, Black Friday shopping can trigger anxiety through crowds, online chaos, things crashing, and the pressure to find the right deals. However, to be
Especially
honest,
that.
yeah, to be honest, nothing materialistic is worth the kind of stress and anxiety that you're gonna put yourself through. Like, it's just not
No.
worth it. Like,
No.
it's not.
It's really easy. It's not.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I thought you were still like in the middle of a sentence.
No, no,
So,
no, you're fine.
okay. Anyway, then I will
Continue with the
continue.
next.
Yeah, I will continue. So, this kind of follows nice into the footsteps of doing the budget, but this calls to your mental health, and that is setting boundaries for yourself. We have talked about boundaries a lot during our podcast, and I think Black Friday is the perfect time to set boundaries because, during Black Friday, especially, we tend to buy things, as we mentioned, that you really want, but you really don't need. So, a great way to set boundaries for yourself is to follow a rule, the one in, one out rule. This means that if you buy an item, let's say a pair of shoes, it's like, okay, you must have another pair of shoes that you don't wear anymore or you don't need anymore or are just worn down so much that they can be replaced. You buy this one pair of shoe and the other pair of shoes, you toss them, you give them to Goodwill, whatever you want to do with them. So that is a really good rule to set some boundaries for yourself. This is especially handy if it is something that you're buying for yourself and that is not on your list of buying.
Yeah, and it's also something what you can do while you're shopping. So if you have something on the list that you want, or something that's not on your list that you want, you can put it in the cart. But that means if you have another item in your cart that's not on the list, that needs to be put back. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
also a safety net while you're shopping, one item in, one item out. That's not on
Yeah.
your list.
Yeah. Yeah.
And our last kind of tip for maintaining your mental health this week is a breathing strategy that you can do in a car or even while you're standing in enormously long lines for endless hours at a time. It's not a surprise that people can get overwhelmed with crowds and become impatient with people, etc. So, if you find yourself in this overwhelmed state, you can follow the 4-4-4 or box breathing, which is where you inhale for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, and you exhale for 4 seconds. This technique is super simple and easy to remember because fours and you have boxes. Four.
Amazing.
I know. But more importantly, it activates the body's parasympathetic nervous system, which helps reduce stress levels, anxiety, and improve focus.
Yeah. And if you don't want to do breathing lessons or breathing exercises while you're shopping, Definitely don't. These are all just tips that you can use to feel good about your shopping and spendings and all of that good stuff. But remember, sales will come again. So, as we've mentioned, they happen all year round. If you can't afford or don't need it immediately, there will be another sale for you to pick up that item. So, try a wish list, try asking for that item for Christmas or birthday, even whatever comes around. And we urge you to take control of your Black Friday shopping experience and enjoy the season without sacrificing a peace of mind,
Yes,
because we all like to be relaxed and chill.
we do. And we invite anyone who's listening to share their best and worst Black Friday experiences. We
You
really,
start.
I don't really have, I don't really have experiences. I guess I was not someone who liked to go shopping on Black Friday, but I remember a couple times when I was younger, when I was visiting grandparents, they would drag me to the stores and try on clothes, and I hated it. I hated it so much.
No, you definitely love that.
No, no, because they were pink dresses, pink and purple flowers. It was no, no. I do have to say though, I feel it's like it's more of a pressure thing for me. I feel like I really should buy some things while they're on sale, but then I look at my bank account and I'm like, yeah, no way. So I don't buy anything. I have been told that if you specifically save throughout the year for Black Friday, then you feel less pressure because you have an allotted amount that you can spend. Um, yeah, I don't know. As an adult, I've never gone out shopping on Black Friday, so I don't really have a adult experience.
I don't either. I did do the Gymshark
Mm,
Black Friday deals last year. I didn't do them this year because I don't really need anything. And I just knew if I'm going to go on that app, like, I will spend unnecessary money.
yeah,
It's not Black Friday, but it's close to Black Friday. Candle Day for Bath and Body Works.
I used to work
That
those days.
I know. But those days just made me so happy because they were so cheap.
Okay, I guess I take that. I never gone shopping on Black Friday, but I have worked Black Friday when I worked retail, and it is a nightmare.
I
Logistically, it
bet.
is a nightmare. Nonstop, you can't keep up. Like I was always in charge of restocking various things, and you can't keep up. I mean,
No.
you have people like you bring boxes out to restock, and you have people going through boxes. Like you can't control these people.
Yeah, it sounds insane.
It's a nightmare for people who work those days, and
Yeah.
kudos to those people. You learn how much you personally can deal with before snapping on those type of days. So yeah,
I can
I don't
imagine.
miss it. I don't miss it.
For this year, though, Michael and I are trying to find a new photo and video camera
Okay.
because we want to capture more of our life together, but also more of like volleyball and maybe some other things. So we've been looking into a camera and a lens that would go well with it for also sports photography and videography. So we've been doing our research on that and just trying to find good deals, trying to find out which camera is like budget friendly, but also shots good quality. Because if you go look at like actual photography lenses, like they are $9,000. It's insane. So we try to stay under 2,000 in total, but we're still trying to find the best pair. So I guess that's something that we would use Black Friday for this year.
Yeah, and like I said, Black Friday is great. Nothing against it. Just be smart about it. That's all we're saying.
Be smart about it. Yeah.
Go into it like we just want to make this economic holiday stress free and give you some tips and
Yeah.
tricks on how to do it in a smarter way. But like we said, we're gonna wrap up here. So please share your best or worst stories. We want to hear them. But with that,
We want to thank you for joining us as we offer a glimpse into true friendship where even though worlds seem apart, the connection remains strong. Bye, guys. Happy shopping.
happy shopping.